Oh shoot, here we go. Focus up. Hello YouTube, it's M1NDxBEND3R here, and hey look, another car! I know, I've done a lot of cars recently. And for that reason, I've kind of been dreading this video, because this is my third and, I'm happy to say, final pass on the V6-inspired 6-wide car design that I've kind of been trying to perfect over the last few months. And I really do think it's kind of all culminated in this final build. This is Track Boss. Track Boss is meant to be the third and final member of the Pinheads. The other two were the twins, Redliner and Rims, but they shared a design, whereas Track Boss here is kind of his own thing. As you can see by the colors, the bright red rims, the black and yellow color scheme, as well as the additional lights on the front of his grille and the kind of reinforced nature of the car, he actually is not meant to be a street car, he's meant to be a rally car. Track Boss is a straight-up race car. The whole concept of the Pinhead team is they enjoy racing, and none more than Track Boss himself. So, without further ado, let's get on to looking at his vehicle mode up close. So like I said, Track Boss is meant to be a rally car, and I don't really know anything about rally cars other than just the general way they look, so this could be wildly off as far as I know, but if you know more about rally than I do, please let me know if this is actually accurate in the comments. I was really kind of just going off a quick image search for research, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. He definitely looks like more than just an average car. With as of with most of my cars, you can open up the canopy, grab a minifigure, my ever so helpful sig fig, and he will fit very happily into the driver's compartment of the vehicle. So we just lean him back, drop his arms down, drop the canopy down, and he can go win the race, except he's driving inside of a dangerous Decepticon and is probably a prisoner. Oh no, that's my guy. Let's robot mode. Alright, one heroic rescue later, and we are ready to get Track Boss into his robot mode. Not his vehicle mode, his robot mode. I should learn to speak. Alright, I like to think of Track Boss as kind of a perfected version of V6. The back half has been completely redesigned, and the front half has been modified to take up less space. So, he's a bit similar, but different. Let's go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to fold out these hinges. There we go. Canopy up, back extends out. We've seen this before. Arms out to the side. Unclip the top. Move the camera so we actually look like a professional. Spoiler alert, I'm not. Bring these legs down. We really should. There we go. Now, the top half is nothing new. It's all going to kind of come down basically the same way V6 himself did. These bits are going to fold up. Cockpit, windshield canopy rolls around, revealing his pin head as we do so. Down here is where I had a lot of fun. Now, with V6, you just kind of split the legs, and them's where his legs. But with Track Boss, we do something else. So, the leg actually extends, and this whole kind of mush in here folds out and reforms itself to become his foot. So he actually, rather than having very stubby car robot legs, has quite long, almost lanky, proper Decepticon legs, as a proper Decepticon man should. So, do the same thing on the other side, and bit bop boom, there is Track Boss in his robot mode. Looking like a... Alright, so I've set up this rotating shot so you can see A, the difference in height between Track Boss and V6, the additional height given to him by his new leg design, and also so that you can see that while they do share many similar elements, such as their arms being completely identical, just transformed a bit differently, and their backpacks being very similar, with Track Boss's being a bit smaller than V6's, they do kind of have their own personalities and their own characters to them. They actually do look quite a bit different despite being very similar design-wise, and that was something I was trying very hard to do. I wanted to make sure to differentiate the two from each other, because otherwise, who wants to watch the same video twice? So, I was pretty happy with that. I feel like I did enough differentiation, there we go, to make myself happy, but obviously your opinion is your opinion, and I'm sure you'll let me know what you thought in the comments. So, let's take a look at his robot mode. With his Autobot counterpart removed from the frame and his pinhead subordinates brought in to replace him, you can see that Track Boss looks right at home among his pinhead compatriots. I think they do look like a proper, not squad, I kind of like to think of them more as like a punk street gang who just don't really have much interest in fighting wars so much as just causing trouble on the streets and driving cars way too fast. And they all look good. I like to think that these two, Rims and Redliner, are kind of incompetent generally, but Track Boss, while he enjoys racing and he enjoys troublemaking as much as the rest of them, he is actually somewhat competent and still very effective in combat. He just chooses to avoid it. As far as weapons go, Track Boss really enjoys sniper rifles, although I don't think he entirely understands how they're meant to be used. Alright guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, feel free to subscribe or leave a comment and tell me what you thought of this guy. I, for one, think I'm not going to be building anything with wheels again for quite some time. I'm kind of all carred out. I think it's time for something organic, something spooky, maybe something Beast Wars.